Hello, friends. Welcome back. Let's start our creepypasta. This happened a long time ago in a village deep within the Black Forest. There were many strange things about the forest. Some people said it had magic. Others said there were ghosts that wandered through it. The trees themselves seemed to twist and turn into unnatural shapes. And there was no shortage of places where one could get lost and never found. In the middle of the forest stood an old house. It was big and made of wood. Ivy grew up the side of it. Grass grew through its porch. Animals had made nests inside its chimney. Birds flew through its open windows. Over the years, people in the nearby village had come to believe the house was haunted by a witch. The locals called her the Green Witch because she supposedly used plants and herbs to make her potions. They say she was born in 1723 and died in 1809. She would have been 62 years old at the time this happened. A young man named Johann lived with his parents on the edge of town. One day, when he was home sick from work, he heard some villagers talking about the Green Witch. At first, he thought it was just another ridiculous story they told to scare children, like the one about the rake or the one about the Pied Piper. When he felt better, he decided to visit his friend Wolfgang, who lived on the other side of town. Wolfgang was skeptical of the witch story too, but he liked scary stories. So when he heard about the witch, he wanted to investigate. They walked out the front door and down the lane. After about 10 minutes, they reached the edge of the village. Beyond that was nothing but forest. They looked at each other and started laughing. "So do we walk into the forest now?" Johann asked. "Yeah, I guess so," Wolfgang replied. "But let's hurry. It's getting dark." As soon as they entered the woods, the air grew cold. A thick fog rolled in, blocking their view of the path ahead. "This is stupid," Johann said. "We should go back." Wolfgang stopped and turned around. "I don't think we're lost. If we just walk backwards a bit, we should be able to find the road." They walked what seemed like forever, but they couldn't find the road. They ended up walking in circles, deeper and deeper into the forest. "Are you sure your mom doesn't live around here?" Johann asked. "No, I'm sure my mom lives right over there," Wolfgang said, pointing to a clearing ahead. He ran to the clearing, but all that was there was a rotting log and a bush. Then he saw something behind the bush. He pushed it aside and gasped. It was the wooden house. As he got closer, he noticed something written above the door, though. It said, "Beware the Green Witch." He turned to Johann and smiled. "See? I told you she was real." Then he knocked on the door. Nothing happened. He knocked again, a little louder. Still nothing. He took a deep breath and prepared to knock again. That's when the door creaked open. He screamed and stepped back. The two were frozen with fear. Then the door swung open wider, and a voice said, "Can I help you?" A woman stood in the doorway. She was tall and thin, with gray hair and green eyes. She wore a dress that looked like it had been made from leaves. Hi," Wolfgang said. "We were just, walking through the woods, and we got lost." "Well, this isn't the best place to be walking, especially after dark," the woman said. "This is very dangerous." "Yeah, we know," Wolfgang replied. "Do you know how to get out of here?" "Yes, but it's quite a ways away," the woman said. "You can stay here if you like. There's a guest room upstairs." "Oh no, that's okay," Wolfgang said. "We'll just head home." As they walked away, the woman watched them go. "Don't tell anyone you saw me," she said. "And whatever you do, don't come back here alone." They nodded and ran to the road. Once they were far enough away, they broke into a run. After a while, they saw the lights of the village. Soon, they were back in Johann's living room. "What did you think?" "Was she really a witch?" Johann asked. "I don't know," Wolfgang said. "I think she might be. Why else would she live in the middle of nowhere? And why else would she warn us not to come back alone?" Maybe she's harmless, Johann said. Why don't we go see her again tomorrow? We can bring some food and maybe talk to her. No way, Wolfgang said. You can go if you want, but I'm not going. That place gave me the creeps. The next day, Johann went to the house by himself. He brought apples, bread, and wine. He knocked on the door and waited. It swung open, and the woman from before appeared. Hello, Johann, she said. Come in. He entered the house. Inside, it was dark and dusty. Cobwebs hung from the corners. Strange plants and herbs grew in the windows. In the kitchen, there were jars filled with strange liquids. On the wall hung animal skulls and shrunken heads. Wow, Johann said. This is amazing. Can I see those? Sure, the woman replied. There are things I can't show you, but most of this is fine. She led him to the table and sat down. Johann placed the food and drink on the table and sat across from her. Thank you, the woman said. It's been so long since I've had visitors. And the last ones weren't very friendly. What do you mean? Johann asked. They said you were a witch and tried to burn you, she replied. Johann laughed. Some people still think you're a witch, but I don't. Do you really have magic powers? Maybe, she replied. Can you prove it? Johann asked. Sure, she said. She closed her eyes and raised her hands. Suddenly, the room grew cold and the windows rattled. Johann felt goosebumps rise on his skin. When he looked back at the woman, she had disappeared. He jumped up and ran to the door. He flung it open and ran outside. As soon as he stepped outside, the rattling stopped. He looked back and saw the woman sitting in the chair. How did you do that? He asked. That's my secret, she replied. Would you like to stay here with me? I don't know, Johann said. Think about it, she said. I'll be lonely if I'm the only one in this house. He agreed and stayed with her. For the next few weeks, Johann visited the woman every day. They drank tea, talked, and ate food. She showed him around her house and told him about the plants and herbs she grew. One day, he brought her some fresh fruit. When he entered the house, he found her lying on the floor dead. Her face had a strange expression on it. Her eyes were wide open and staring. Johann tried to wake her up, but it was no use. He ran to the window and screamed for help. Soon, villagers came running, but by then, the woman was already dead. They buried her in the forest, but nobody knew where. Some people said she was a witch and deserved to die. Others said she was harmless and only wanted to be friends. To this day, nobody knows what happened to her or how she died. But if you listen closely, you can hear her voice calling out to you from the trees. The end. Thank you for watching this creepypasta. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more content.